Hey there, everybody. I just had a really neat idea, the day before I'm leaving out for Atlanta. And one of the things we've been saying on commentary a lot is when we get a surprising character in Top Cuts or something weird happens, we say, that's not on my bingo card. And I thought, well, what if we actually had bingo cards? And so I've got for you guys the Atlanta Regional Bingo. I made these over at myfreebingocards.com. So if you guys want to make your own, you can randomize these, you can make up whatever you want to put in your own, and maybe track it on your phone and use like the edit photo and things like that, or print them out, whatever you want to do. You can get like 30 free ones on PDFs. So I hope to do something much bigger and more interesting for nationals, but I just saw this tonight. So I've got the Atlanta Regional Bingo, and you can play if you're at home watching the stream, or if you're in Atlanta, right? You can take this bingo card and you can go by your own experiences and see what happens in your own matches. Or if you're at home and you're watching the event, you can keep along with the stream. And if any of these things happen for either player on stream, you can mark it off on your bingo card. So a lot of ways to play, a lot of ways to be involved, and I'm really excited for this because I think this could be a lot of fun. But let's go over all the spaces just so we're on the same page and see how it might differ between whether you're in Atlanta playing or watching the stream from at home. So the first space we have is a turn 2 transformation. That's any of the dual face cards that transform on turn 2. I'm going to say either player's turn 2, not just their own, because there are some characters that are better at transforming after they build out and then the opponent attacks. So either turn 2. Risking counter form ability wins. So any turn where they play risking counter from the discard pile and win the game that turn is going to count. And again, that's for either player. A less than 3 foundations build turn 1. So I'm going to say assets aren't really included in this. Maybe if there's a mimic involved, we might have to change the definition here, but I'm going to say a less than 3 foundation build turn 1 is going to earn a spot on this bingo card. The next one is Mill Victory. They're not super common, but they do happen. There's another spot on this bingo card that might happen before a Mill Victory, though. Player checks a 1. Any player that checks a 1 at any time, whether they pass it or fail it, we're going to mark that down on our bingo card. The City Rampage form. So it doesn't count if they block with it, but they got to play it as a form. This one I expect to get filled up, especially if you are a player in Atlanta. There's a chance that one doesn't make it on stream, but I imagine City Rampage decks are going to be pretty plentiful, and they're always kind of interesting to watch despite seemingly straightforward. Attack has negative damage. Attack has negative damage is a not so difficult thing to achieve for some characters, much more difficult for others. This is definitely very matchup dependent, but can happen. Early scoop. This will probably happen before the actual Mill Victory. Hopefully, in tournament play, someone will realize that they don't have what it takes to quite get there before we end up at the Mill Victory, but you never know. There's also a Joker combo deck that might show up. Could see that on stream. I know people love to see stuff like that, so if we see a Joker combo deck, we might try to get that on stream. Not on my bingo card, so this is what made me think of making up a bingo card. We say this a lot on commentary, so you can have that as if you're watching at home, someone says it on the stream, or maybe you're playing at the event and you play against a character you really didn't expect. You really did not, or especially if you lose to a character you didn't expect. You can say that one was not on my bingo card. Player checks a 6 on a 6, so anytime the overall difficulty, right? A lot of people do like minus difficulty when they have a check bonus. We're talking the actual literal difficulty that you are checking against is a 6, so a 5 difficulty card plus 1 progressive. If you're playing the Jaw Titan attacks on a 6, like all that counts. But it has to be on a 6, and they have to check a printed 6. Fail a check to play a Titan attack. Pretty obvious. The Titan attacks are real big, but the decks that play them are really good at passing them. One of the better ways to fight against them is give them check penalties. And when the check penalty allows them to fail the attack, it can be, pretty advantageous if you have a follow-up. So anytime a player fails the check to play a Titan attack, not it gets removed by Genkais, like they actually Can't pass it. We're gonna count that. A Tekken card previewed. I have no idea if there's gonna be previews or what they'll be, so I put a couple preview spots on here, and Tekken got one of them. The free space, of course, is in the middle. And Attack on Titan card is previewed. So for many of the Attack on Titan sets, from anything that would be an Attack on Titan card, you know, even if it's like a reprint with a new art, I'll count that. Chrome, Obsidian, or Pearl in play. So this one, if you're watching at home on stream, this will probably be pretty easy. People like to get on stream with their blinged out decks. You know, people with Chrome rares are like, please, please let me play. You know, they want to show off the character. So this one I expect to be pretty easy if you're watching the stream. But if you're playing in the event, this one, I don't know. I don't know how many Chromes I've played against. 4 of a kind in play. So this one's my favorite. This is when anyone gets a full playset of a card. And this could be like in momentum. This could be 4 Walk the Dogs in the card pool. This could be 4, was it Jumbo Fist? 4 double Jumbo Fists. They just keep adding each other. 4 Hawk's Feather. Might, you know, anything that counts. Any 4 cards that are in play together. So, you know, uniques, obviously, not really going to work out for this one. Blocking with 4 combined firepower, probably. Or even just playing 4 of them as enhances during a Twisting Azure Inferno. That might count, you know. Cards that leave play, you know, you could make some wiggle room. Like if you play 4 remove actions. I don't know what kind of Koenma's Task combo that would be, but, you know, you can maybe count that. Commit the rival's last foundation, so stun it, you know, committing and freezing it. Ice Sword Execution's pretty good at this. Yeah, just anytime that you are forced by the rival, you know, the other player, you know, it's not like your choice to commit to pass a check. It is their effect committing the last foundation. Clash/Challenger deck preview. Again, I just got 3 preview slots on here. These are the 3 categories, basically. I guess Tekken cards are also in Challenger decks. That's a little bit of an oversight. So I just wanted to include like the lower decks and Dark Deku. So maybe separate Tekken and the Tekken, like Tekken Challenger decks count as Tekken card preview. If you want to go hard mode, I don't know. It's for fun. Turn 1 build 6. This is something that I expect to happen a lot. I don't know if we're going to see it on stream necessarily. I don't know how many people are going to attempt this, but with the 4-check archetype decks, it's easier than ever to at least attempt 6 builds. So I expect that one to get filled up. A draw happened. This happens to a lot of players. Intentional draws obviously won't be on the stream, so if you're playing at home, this will be tough. If you're doing really well in the tournament and don't want to play your final round, because a lot of people are pretty tired, it's a lot of pressure taken off you. You know, if you're in the top seeds, intentional draw is an easy bingo card, easy bingo spot to fill. Last card leaves the rival's hand, so there's a lot of discard effects. Try Gravity Beam, Unexpected Outcomes, even Ravages of War can make it happen. So anytime they rip the last card out for any reason, discard or not, that'll count. A board wipe, so Godzilla's form or Decay Awaken, basically. You can maybe wiggle this into, like, if you destroy the rival's last foundation, there's probably a deck or 2 that can do that, especially if you have a bad build into, you know, any death deck really playing Chomp. You know, I could see that being something that punishes you turn 2. So you can have some wiggle room if you want to make this just anytime a board gets wiped down to 0. But we're counting foundations for this one just so that way Godzilla's form is included. Turn 2 kill, self-explanatory. Either player's turn 2, they kill the rival, the game's over. That's a bingo spot. 1-hit KO. They have to go from 100% to 0. Not know my opponent's at 5 health and I played a 30 damage Armor of the Wolf. That doesn't count. It's got to be from 100 to 0 in 1 hit. The game ends. So that doesn't count Ghidorah heads either. Ghidorah is like pretty much impossible for this unless he gets sealed, and then he's really easy for this. But yeah, the 1-hit KO has to be 100 to 0, game's over. We've got the attack has negative speed to round it off, also self-explanatory. This one's kind of a free space. On this card, the diagonals might be a little easy, but you know, I'm not trying to make this super difficult, right? We want to make it relevant stuff. So either way, let me know what you guys think. I think for Nationals, I'm going to try to have some of these distributed maybe through my Discord or something like that. Maybe we can get like a prize. But I kind of thought of this really last minute, and I thought it might be a fun way for you guys watching at home to kind of be involved and keep track of stuff. And maybe it'll give you a reason to watch more stream matches than you normally would have. Who knows? I don't know. I'm going to be in Atlanta. I'm going to be following along. I'm going to be tracking how many of these things I see while doing commentary. And I can't wait to see you guys all in Atlanta and hear about your bingo cards and how they're shaping up.